So here's the beautiful desert. We had a huge rainstorm last night. And I'm gonna take you on a little hike with me through the desert because I've got to work on getting my strength back up because this oppressive heat, I haven't been able to do my normal hike. So we're gonna take that trail right there. I wanna show you there's Phoenix off in the distance over there. So this desert park is really great because it's right in the middle of town, but you can get lost. I mean, this is a huge park and it really is the desert. So besides doing this talk, I wanted to talk a little bit about some near-death experiences I've had patients share with me. But before I get into that, why am I doing this hike today? You know, I've talked on my live streams. If you're new to my channel and you haven't watched them, we talk about everything on the live streams. My viewers have awesome comments. They're very in the know. And we were talking about, you know, what to do to get prepared, but it's not just preparing things around the house. It's preparing yourself physically and mentally for hard times to come. I think hard times are already here. I've said it before, I don't know how people are making it economically. How are they affording housing and groceries? So it's probably not the worst time to consider eating healthier, getting a little bit more fit, because, you know, you can cancel your Netflix subscriptions and cut down on the groceries you're eating and just go for a walk, right? It's a great way to save money. And it's entertainment too. I mean, it's beautiful out here. It's a great way to save money. I have to keep looking at the ground because I have to be careful to not step on a snake. I didn't wear the best shoes today. You're gonna laugh. Let me show you my shoes. Oops, not the best hiking boots. I need to get some more hiking boots, but these are kind of nice though because they're really thick and I'm gonna go slow. Plus I'm not gonna go far because I need to kind of get in my hiking shape again. I had a commenter, ooh, that's a good quartz right there. Almost looks like, where did it go? Right there, I'm gonna point to it. That one almost looks like the arrowheads I sometimes find out here. Is that an arrowhead? Hold on, that one's really chiseled and sharp to the sides. That one could be one. That one could be one, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it here because I don't wanna disturb. I don't wanna disturb it. I don't wanna disturb it. So yeah, a commenter said that, you know, they really wanted to hear more of the near-death experiences. And that's fair, and I thought this is a beautiful area to share that. So as we come over the ridge here, you're gonna see another side of Phoenix. Let me get over here so you can see this. And then I can stop and breathe and tell you about this near-death experience. Okay, that's another side of town. And there's that mountain range over there is the South Mountain Range. Let me give you an idea of where I'm in the middle of right now. This is part of the Piestewa Peak State Park Range. And then over there, that's Piestewa Peak. When I was younger, I used to hike that every day and get to the top. I don't do that anymore. I can kind of get the midway point because, you know, you got to pace yourself. The sky is really beautiful today. So I had a relative that was in a terrible drowning accident. He was actually caught under his yacht and could not get up above the surface level of the water, and that's the way he passed away. And it got me thinking of what other patients and things I've read about when people get stuck under the water. And there's a particular story that I kind of can't forget. And this doctor was, she was a doctor, and I'll have to post her name. When I post this video in the description, I'll put more of the descriptors of her name and whatnot. But you know, in a kayak, river rafting, gets stuck under the kayak, basically is drowning, and had the most awesome sense of peace and light and seeing loved ones on the other side. And I was just watching a video on Mount Everest, and the person said, you know, they were freezing to death. You know what's going on Everest lately, right? They need to change the regulations. I talked about this on my live stream. There's just not enough room for the hikers to get up there, so it creates a bottleneck of people. And then if you're sitting out there in the cold, you know, you just, especially in the death zone, it's kind of right between the Hillary steps and the little precipice underneath that. And that's like the climbing the death zone. And so she was saying how she was so exhausted and she was literally dying. She just wanted to sit down. And she said she all of a sudden saw that she was being entered into this tea house that had a fire going, and she wanted a warm cup of tea, and she just wanted to enter there. And if she would have sat down and fallen asleep and been lulled into that tea house, I think she would have died. And that was like her entrance into the other side. It wasn't horrific. It wasn't scary. It was just being lulled to the other side. So that's not the first time I've heard that about near-death experiences. So this doctor I'm referring to that got caught under her kayak, and I think she said she broke both of her legs. Like, imagine being in a kayak, you're upside down, you're under the flowing river, you can't get out, and was literally drowning. So I guess they got her to shore and resuscitated her. They were able to save her life. But she recounts the story of what she experienced on the other side. And I have to say, and I'll post her name so you guys can go watch her story. And I love Dr. Alexander's account. He has a book out too of his near-death experience, because you have these people that weren't very spiritual, and then they're literally dying and have an experience, and they survive, and they can come back and tell us about it. I mean, that doesn't prove there's another side, but it tells us there's something definitely going on. And I'm a little biased because I do believe there's another side. I've had enough things happen to say, oh wait, look at this piece of quartz. This is an interesting piece right here. This one, let's take a look at that guy. It's almost, you guys probably can't see it as well as I can. It's wild because it's gray and it's almost translucent. But we're gonna leave that guy alone where we found it too. Put it right back where it was. So I'm a little biased because I do believe in that. But I love those accounts of them feeling completely at peace and pain-free. You know, a piece of their soul stays in their body and the other piece is going over to the other side. So that, you know, there's something holding them here. But seeing loved ones, and a lot of reports are people seeing God and Jesus or whatever deity their religion presents to them. And before you comment and say, well, what if you're not Christian? I believe it doesn't matter. I believe everyone has a chance to go to heaven. Comment below if you've got another viewpoint, but right, that's the human condition. We don't really know until we do know. And I'll go more into an in-depth patient account, but I just kind of wanted to share the fact of, like, get out there, start a little walk. This was a really short walk today. It's just acclimating my body back to it again, because my goal is to get to that hidden cave, which is on the other side. See if that'll focus. It's on the other side of that peak. And I gotta get trained again to be able to climb up there, because I'm gonna take you guys with me. We're gonna go on these adventure hikes together. And we can talk about interesting things on the way as well. I just wanna get safely down here because, again, I wore the wrong shoes. But get down off this trail. Luckily, I only heard a few bees go by. But yeah, so Dr. Alexander's account, because he even said, like, you know, he wasn't religious. I even think he said he was atheist, and his entire life has changed since he came back from that. So it's so peaceful here. I hate talking during the hike, but I thought it's better than doing it inside today. So we're gonna meet up with the road here. Now this was just a little side track. The main trail, I'll show you on a video coming in the future. We're gonna take the main trail. See, now that we're getting on the bottom, it's so tall from where I am. It probably doesn't look as tall from here. This is the road that leads right back into Phoenix. So if you can find the road, you're not lost anymore. But all right, so I'm back at the road. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. And I will give you a last shot of, there's the top of Piestewa Peak. I love this canyon right here, though. I can just imagine back in the day, that's where the Native Americans would be looking out, maybe hunting. And then the prospectors traveled this whole area looking for gold. Okay, see you on the next one.